Hi, it's Catherine Mora here. I am the head book coach and publishing director at Change Empire Books, where we help coaches, speakers and aspiring thought leaders to write beautiful books and put them out into the world. This is Cat's Book Chat coming to you from Paris today, and as you can see, I've got the Le Tour Eiffel behind me. And today's topic is actually why I am a book coach. So people often ask me how I got into this and why I do what I do. And I will say it wasn't really a straightforward process. So I was working in marketing and media for about 15 years. And look, I'd done lots of travel, I'd taken career breaks and gotten quite sick of what I was doing and sort of went away and come back and went away and come back. And I loved doing marketing and media. I loved certain aspects of it, but I didn't actually enjoy working for other people a lot of the time, for a whole lot of different reasons. But basically I wanted to write a book, and I'd written my book and I had a fair amount of success with it. And then I decided I didn't really want to write any more books straight away. And that was because it had been a massive exercise for me with a baby, a full-time job. I'd spent a lot of money on promotion and different things, and it didn't really have the return that I was looking for. I have covered in other videos how you make money from books and it's not really from book sales, but I didn't know that back then. And so the book did well and I did enjoy it, and I do want to write more books in the future, but I thought, I don't think I actually do want to be a novelist. What shall I do? And I actually spent about 8 months wondering what to do, and I used to do sort of brainstorms and meditations and ask the universe and God and anyone who might be listening what I should do with my life. I just couldn't decide. I used to write lists of all the things I enjoyed doing to see if they could turn into a career. I just couldn't really work it out. And then I actually was listening to a book that recommended that I write an email to the 10 people closest to me and ask their advice for what they thought I should do and what my strengths were. So I did that, and essentially from that I came up with the idea to become a relationship coach. And once I decided on that, and I created a program to help people with their relationships, which by the way was a massive fat failure because I didn't know how to validate the market, but that's a story for another time. I actually went and studied coaching, and I did an ICF recognised diploma. I did it at Queensland TAFE with Fire Up Coaching, and they did an absolutely amazing job teaching us coaching, and it was a diploma of leadership coaching and mentoring. So I really, really enjoyed that, and coaching was so much more powerful than I had ever realised. So after I graduated from that, I spent about a year trying to get my business off the ground, and it didn't really work, to be honest with you. By then I wasn't doing relationships anymore, and even though with coaching you actually don't give advice, you need to choose a niche so that people know what to come to you for. So I spent about, a year helping people who wanted to transition out of their career, either into a new career or to start their own business. And that wasn't really going as I planned. And then I actually saw a business coach that I was connected with online post a couple of times about how people should only get a business coach who's had their own business successfully for at least 5 years. And she said this a couple of times, and it sort of pushed my buttons. It triggered my insecurities, I suppose, about the fact that my business wasn't going well. And I messaged her and said, look, I'm a really good coach. What am I supposed to do when you say things like that, And she said, well, you choose a niche where you are good at something. And I actually ended up working with her. She was amazing. And she looked at my history, what I was good at, what I'd enjoyed, what had lit me up, what I had the best memories about. And it was really all around writing my book, editing my book, promoting my book, as well as all the years of reading I'd done and all the editing and the marketing and different things I'd done in my jobs. And then she said, why don't you help people promote their books? And I said, you know what, I feel like you're onto something, but I don't really want to just do promotion. And when I thought about it, the thing that it absolutely lit me up was thinking about how proud I am of myself for finishing my book, getting to the end when I had a baby, a full-time job, and I was tired all the time. Being able to write my book against all odds and get it done and get it out into the world was fantastic. But the actual writing of that first draft was something I will always be proud of. And I said to her, you know what, I actually want to help people write their books because I want to help people achieve that feeling I achieved when I got to the end of my book. And she said, I think that's good, but that's how you'll get stuck in the quagmire of people's minds, when they're going through the stresses of writing. And I said, you know what? I'm a trained coach. I think that achieves everything, right? I get to help them, but also help them write the book, but also help them when they get stuck. And that's how book coaching was born for me. And I've absolutely loved it. And of course, now I'm growing into a small publishing company. I'm hiring a team, or I've hired some of my team already, and we're always growing. I'm really excited. But not only that, I think next year I'm looking at expanding even further into helping people establish a career as a speaker and a thought leader. So keep your eyes out for that. But that's really the story of how I became a book coach. I hope that was interesting. If you have been following, please drop your messages below or send me a DM at any time, especially if you want to talk about your book idea. And I will also drop a link below to my 45-step book writing and publishing checklist, which I hope will be really helpful. And until next time, happy writing.